Hey guys, this is your video this week for your journal. I normally am taking my videos at my kitchen table. All my Halloween decorations are on my kitchen table today, so I'm gonna be in the living room. Before I get started, some of you have asked me how I make my videos. I use this cool tripod thing that Ava has, and you just stick your phone in this little clamp thing. And then this down here hooks onto my table or wherever I'm at that I'm working. I'm going to try to not snack too much on that candy corn right there while I'm teaching you guys today. I think it started. Okay, you're going to need your journal, your multiplying decimals page at the front of the room, a couple of crayons, and 2 markers that are colors that can blend well together. When I'm saying that, I mean like yellow and blue, or red and blue would work well, or red and yellow would work well together also. You'll see why in just a minute when I show you, but you really need markers. Crayons aren't going to work for this part, and neither are colored pencils. If you have 2 different colored highlighters, that would work too. When all of your materials are ready to go, you are going to color just this piece up here, and then you may color this piece as well with crayon. So multiplying decimals and equation. Don't color anything else. Now that everything is colored, I want you to cut out all the pieces. This should stay attached. I know it looks like 3 separate pieces, but it stays attached. So when you're done, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces cut out. Now that all of your pieces are cut out, I want you to take your journal and go to the decimals tab. That's where we've turned to. In your decimals tab, you already have adding and subtracting decimals. You should have a comparing and ordering decimals and one other that we did together. Maybe one was comparing and one was ordering. You've got them all. You should have them all. Those were must-dos last 6 weeks. Take your title, glue it at the top of the next blank page under the decimal tab, behind the decimal tab. And glue her down. Okay. Next, let's take this part. We're not going to glue it yet. We need to write on it. Okay, so if you've already come to small group, you know how to do this. If you haven't, you caught me eating a candy corn. Okay. Factor 1. Factors are 2 numbers that we multiply together to make another number. It's one of your vocabulary words this week. This is our first factor. With one of your colors, color in the key that says factor 1. So my first factor is going to be yellow. Factor 2. That's our second factor. I'm going to color it in blue. Now in just a minute, I'm going to tell you what to do with this one. Leave it alone right now. I'm going to take my yellow for factor 1. I know that this decimal grid is equal to 1 whole. That means each row is 1/10, and each little square is 1/100th. Okay? Knowing that each column or each row is 1/10, and I have 4/10 for my first factor, I'm going to shade in 4 of these rows. Okay? It should look like this. Sorry, my little thing's bouncing around. Okay. Next, we need to look at factor 2. It says 5/10. It's going to go the opposite direction. So now I'm going to shade in going this way 5/10. Now it should look like this. I had a skinny marker, so it's not fabulous, but it'll do the job, right? Okay. Look at where the colors cross. They've turned green. This is where your answer lies. So I went ahead and put my markers up, but I actually need them still. Where it says product, color in one color and color in your other color right on top so they mix just like they did over here. Now let's figure out our answer. If you count in here, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 hundredths. I'm going to write out 20 hundredths, which is also the same as 2 tenths. It's that easy, just counting up the squares under where the colors cross. Now I want you to take this piece here where it says equation. You're only gluing, this is going to be a flap. So you're only gluing this top piece down to your paper. Oh, I need to glue down this piece too. Glue down this piece that we just did. I don't know why I was thinking it was already down. Okay, glue it pretty close to your title. And then take this piece, gluing just that flap. He can stay in. Like this. It says 4 tenths times 5 tenths. And it says 2 digits after the decimal. Because here we have 1 digit, 2 digits after the decimal. The product should have 2 digits after the decimal. I want you to circle 1 digit, 2 digits, showing you that you have 2 digits after the decimal. Under this piece, you are going to write something for me, but first we're going to move on to this piece. Okay, we're gluing this extra piece down, not extra piece, last piece. Right next to your equation box, make them fit. Okay. Under model, we're writing tenths times tenths equals hundredths. Tenths times tenths equals hundredths. Next, under equation, write multiply like normal and count decimal places. Multiply like normal and count decimal places. If you need to pause to make sure you get this all written down, do that now. Okay, where it says my rule, we are going to write multiply decimals like you multiply whole numbers. The answer or product has the same number of decimal places as factors. All the factors matter. Multiply decimals like you multiply whole numbers. The answer has the same number of decimal places as the factors. Okay, last thing. Now that we have our rules over here, I want you to look at this problem and we're going to multiply it together, just like we would multiply a regular whole number multiplication problem. So we know that 5 times 4 is 20, carry your 2. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. Okay, if you wanted to do your placeholder, this would be the place to do it. However, we have zeros here, so we're just going to count 1, 2, 1, 2. Under that flap, I want you to write what you notice about this problem.